Welcome to Patty's Corner. Come on in and stay a while. Healthy choices, great conversation, smart shopping tips, and finding foods that fit. Small steps every single day, that's Patty's Corner.
Hello folks, it's Patty with Patty's Corner again. I think I'm going to film once a week now, so until I get established. Thank you for subscribing. I have 21 subscribers and I really do appreciate it. If you like what I'm doing, please give me a thumbs up and give me some comments so I know if I'm doing something that you like or, you know, what you like to see. I'm going to talk today about type 2 diabetes because that's what I have, and I've been trying to bring my numbers down, and I have. My numbers in the morning are in the hundreds. It's like 110, 105, 102. So my morning glucose is very low, which I mean, most people are going to say that's not low. For me, it's low. I used to be in the 300s, 200s in the morning. So to me, that's very low, and I'm happy with that. But I'd like to get lower, and it will happen. But I just, you know, figured I'd let you know. And I'm struggling just as much as you are. I've come across this new doctor. Well, he's not new. He's been in practice since 1986. He's from England. His name is Dr. David Unwin. And sorry if I missed it, but it's the last name is Unwin. And he's been helping people with diabetes for 20 odd some years, or 30 some odd years. And he has developed a following, or he's on YouTube, so you can look him up. Very good doctor. I wouldn't suggest him if I didn't enjoy what his presentation and what he's saying. So with that, he has one book out, and he has a lot of cheat sheets, I'm going to call them. He has a lot of sheets that you can download on, you can Google his name, and there's a lot of diet sheets you can download, and he tells you all about diabetes, and he tells you, you know, how much sugar's in a potato, how many glucose, you know, everything like that. But I want to talk today about, and I might get this book, I might go to the library. I go to the library now, I don't buy books. It's called the 8-Week Blood Sugar Diet Recipe. There it is there. It's right there, and if you want to buy it, it's like $15. But anyway, he also has a clinic, and it's called Low Carb Clinic, and you know, you can go, I think you can sign on, and he'll give you some tips. But the biggest tip for him is, let me see if I can find his cheat sheet. The biggest tip he had, overall, this is what it said, overall, he believes in low carb diet. The real food diet. He says cut out the sugars, cut out the sugars, reduce starchy carbs, embrace healthy fats and proteins. And here's what he says to avoid. Avoid sugars, cut out, and the entirely, unless it's small doses of sugar from berries and fruit. Avoid cakes, biscuits, and sweets. Now, I have to give you a little background on him. He is a type 2 diabetic. He reversed it. What happened was, when he was new in practice, all his people would give him, he's from England, so they'd give him biscuits. You know, and their biscuits there is different than our biscuits. They're like, you know, like a little donut. And he had many of them, and he'd have a closet full of biscuits. So, you know, in tea time, he'd take his tea and have his little biscuit. So he developed, besides that, he would have carbs. And he developed type 2 diabetes. And his philosophy is, it's simple, it's easy. He says belly fat is bad, and he says what the problem is, you have fatty liver disease before you even get type 2 diabetic. So he was saying how old, tall you are. So now, like, I'm going to use Richard for an example. The cameraman I got. He is 6 foot. So you divide your inches. So that's 72 inches. you divide it in half. Excuse me. So Richard's waist should be 36 inches, which he's at right now. So Richard's got a perfect belly. He's not fat, and it's considered by this doctor. So I have a little bit more to go. My belly waist is a little bit fatter than what it should be. I'm 5'7", so that's 67 inches. So I'll give myself a little extra. I'll say 60. I was going to say 66. We should say go 68. So, I'll go 66 just for argument's sake. My waist should be a 33-inch waist. It's not there. I don't know what it is. I have to figure it out. But you have to measure the fattest part of your belly. And that's usually around your belly button. I also have a hernia there, so I'm not making an excuse, but, I got to take that into consideration. So if you're not there, he says you should go on a low-carb diet, and this is what he says to avoid. Avoid sugar at all costs. That's like cakes, biscuits, and sweets. And then starchy carbs, cut out. The white stuff. That's bread, pasta, rice, potatoes. And then low-fat products like hidden sugars. He did cornflakes. He did it on his YouTube thing. He did cornflakes. And he said, they said, how many cubes is, the 1 cube of sugar is 4 teaspoons of sugar that goes in your body, okay? So he said, how many are in a cornflakes? And there was like something like 12 square sugars in a cornflake. So that was 12 times 4, that's 48 grams of sugar that's in the cornflakes. So, and that was without sugar, that was without the milk, that was just cornflakes. Hidden fats, that's what I'm talking about, hidden fats. Cut out sugar, cut out snacks and sweeteners. Avoid snacks during the breaks. Skip artificial sugar sweeteners that trigger cravings. And also caffeinated stuff, I'm going to add to this. Triggers sugar. It triggers cravings. Like you have a cup of tea or a cup of coffee and you go, didn't I just buy donuts the other day? Let me have a donut with it. So it triggers it, okay? And this is from a doctor that's done the study on it. And he's still doing studies on it. Now, what to eat freely. Now, you can have as much as you want of this. You can have greens, vegetables, and salad. And now I know everybody's going, salad, yeah, But right now with the lettuce scare, just wash it real good. I'm going to do a thing on how to wash your vegetables, because some vegetables you can wash in water and a little white vinegar. Some vegetables you got to wash in salt water, and some vegetables you got to wash, So it's different washes for different vegetables. And you'll see the dirt and the parasites and everything comes out of there. So my point to this is, make sure you wash everything, fruit, vegetables, all like that. My cameraman's falling asleep. Second thing is, you can eat freely. Protein. Unpasteurized meat, like chicken, red meat, eggs, and fish. Especially oily fish, like salmon, mackerel, and tuna. Natural fats. Real butter. I know when I was growing up, use margarine, use the spreads, use this. No, use real butter. He's falling asleep again. And then olive oil it enriches your taste buds. Now this is a good one. Full fat yogurt, Greek yogurt, but make sure it's a whole milk, or make sure it's 100% fat. Fat-free, fully fat mayonnaise, and pastu is okay. Now, eat in moderation and treats. Cheese. Enjoy only in moderation, and they're high in calories, cheeses. And cheese also does other things to your body we don't have to go into. Nuts. Unsalted nuts, like walnuts, almonds, can be used, just a handful, not much, just to handle the true hunger, like in between lunch and dinner. Chocolate. The occasional small piece of dark chocolate, 70% cocoa or more, is allowed. Small piece. We're talking like the Russell Stovers, um, the candy that you get in a box. That's small. Um, Drinks. He says stick to water mainly. Make sure you just drink water. If you're going to drink coffee and tea, make sure it's decaffeinated. And herbal tea, make sure it's decaffeinated. And then, here is his, I have to show you this, and I hope, if you want to, please look him up. It's really interesting, his, where is the chart? Here's the chart. Now, hopefully, I can show you. Here is the chart. The thing on the bottom, way down here, is eggs. See, it has no effect on the sugar on your body. The one way on the bottom is eggs. It has no effect, has no sugar intake. But up here is white rice. Now see how much sugar is in white rice that you don't... I'm going to do that. Can you wait a second? See the sugar content in the white rice. So that's what I'm saying. You have to be very careful of what you eat. Now, that white rice is one serving is, a size serving is 150 grams. That's not a lot. It's probably not even a half table. It's not even a half a cup. So, you got to watch what you eat, and you got to look this up. So that's, and he has a whole thing about the healthy foods. Beware of low-fat foods, which they really have sugar, cheese, all that stuff. Oh, here's one he didn't go over. Alcohol is filled. Oh, geez, what happened to it? Alcohol is filled with carbs, just filled with it. Sadly, alcohol drinks are filled with carbs. For example, a beer is mostly liquid toast. In other words, it just goes right to your belly, and everybody laughs about your beer belly. It is full of yeast, and that is just, it says, one glass of beer is white, or no, the wine. White or red wine and spirits like that are not too bad. But afterwards you get hungry. So you gotta be very careful of that. What he's saying is, just drink a glass of plain water with a spike of lemon in it. And that would, beer is very high in carbs, very high in carbs. And then we have, they got some treats you gotta be careful of. And he tells you that certain treats will trigger your brain and want you to eat more, or they want you to eat sweets. So he's telling you to be very careful of that. I found that out to be true with tea. Excuse me. I have taken tea completely out of my... Excuse me. It's completely out of my system because I was drinking tea and I was putting sugar in it and a cream or coffee mate. And coffee mate is just highly in sugar. So it's made by... See, here's the thing. Here's the rule. And I'm learning this rule. Just like you guys are. The thing is, if God didn't make it, and you can't plant it, and it wasn't put on this earth naturally, you shouldn't eat it. If it's made in a factory, don't eat it. Like a lot of these foods and stuff are factory made, or they add stuff to it. It's really, they're really bad. Another good YouTube channel to watch is Built to Eat. That is really good. He scares you sometimes with what is in things. Basically, and everybody says, oh, it's so doggone expensive. Well, right now, it's no more expensive than, other foods. get grass-fed, grass-finished beef. Get chickens that are free-range, or organic chicken. Pork is the same thing. Get organic pork. Um, you know, what we do is we'll buy, like say a steak this big, maybe a little bit bigger, and we cut it in half, and Richard eats half, and I eat half, and that satisfies us. So, you know, maybe back a year or two ago, we would have had a big steak like that ourselves, with a baked potato, a starchy vegetable, and we would have been like, oh my goodness, I'm so full. Or we go to a diner or a restaurant and, you know, fill up on stuff, and it's, you know, you just say, oh my goodness, you know, now you say, I can't believe I used to eat like that. So we have cut down a lot. We've cut, you know, we don't have no potato chips no more. We have no candy, cookies, anything like that. I used to keep candy in the house because I would get low blood sugars. I was a good doobie. I would try to stay good on my diet. Once in a while, I get my insulin. My sugar would drop real bad into the 30s and 40s. So I'd be quick. Okay, give me something. So candy was the first thing. I used to demolish M&Ms and stuff like that. So you have to be very careful. Like I say, eat healthier. Maybe I'll give you Richard, please stay awake. I know I'm boring you to tears. Wash your fruits and vegetables real good. I might do a thing on how to do that. I have to learn the recipe on how to wash them and what vegetables you have to wash with what. So I'm going to say, so long. I'll see you next week, probably on Thursday. Hopefully this will get up today. If not, it'll get up on Friday. So I'm going to say so long. Have a good time, and we'll see you next week. And I will try to keep you informed. Please comment and tell me what you like and what you want to hear more of. I'm just like you. We're just learning this together. So long. See you next week. Bye.